Hello everybody and welcome back to another What I Eat in a Day as a Fat Person video. My guest for today is going to be someone drinking that water with those sachet things. Please put your comments and your guesses down in the comments below and let's just get into it.
What I eat in a day is a fat girl on her period, so we started the day strong with my leftover poke bowl.
That is definitely starting strong with leftover takeout. Amazing, but it does look fairly okay actually. It's got some veggies in there, it's got some rice, there's lots of sauces, which isn't ideal, but fine. And it is still quite a big portion. The fact that this is leftover is kind of nuts, but then I suppose you're also getting your money's worth, so that's good. Yeah, and it's not that bad to eat leftovers and not waste food, so not horrendous, but in general, lots of sauce.
Super good. Love raw fish in the morning at any time of the day, pretty much. Then we go straight into our espresso. We love a little triple espresso action because I'm a coffee girl. No shame about it.
There was a lot of milky creamer stuff. What is that she's got? Oat milk. Okay, so no, it's not oat milk. What am I saying? It's almond milk. So it's not actually horrendous. She didn't pour loads of the creamer, so it's fine. We've seen much more egregious coffees in our time in these videos. So far she's doing pretty well.
2 hours, my boyfriend and I went to Goodwill and ran some errands. Then he got me some Cinnabon, as he should, some Starbucks.
We've gone downhill a little bit. But the cinnamon roll does look quite nice. I make cinnamon rolls quite often, but I never include the icing on the top. One, because I don't like it, and secondly, it's just like pure sugar and is unnecessary. But the actual bun itself looks okay, but I imagine it was incredibly sweet. You know, sometimes you buy things like cookies, for example, are really notorious for this. If you buy cookies from the supermarket, you can like taste the sugar. And that's not what you're supposed to taste. You're supposed to taste cookie, not granulated sugar. But, yeah. So she's had takeout for breakfast, even though it was leftovers. Now she's having takeout for lunch with the very sugary coffees that look like caramel. So that's great. Still going strong. Brilliant.
As he should, some Starbucks, as he should, and then carried all my returns as he should. Then we got some Italian food and brought some home for my parents who were having Chinese food, so we had a little bit of a combination moment. Then I ended.
That's so much food and it's all greasy and takeout. She hasn't cooked anything, and I do wonder if this is a full sugar drink, because the drinks are huge. I'm always quite shocked by the sizes of American drinks. I do wonder if like the price is reflected in that. Like, is your guys's, whatever size this is, the equivalent to our largest cup, or is this more expensive? I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea. But I'm not gonna lie, if I could buy a drink that big, I would do it too. I'm not even gonna joke about that. I would 100%. But it's just not available, unfortunately. But focusing on the food, takeout.
Chinese food, so we had a little bit of a combination moment. Then I ended the night with some
and a little bit of beige. It's all fried and greasy and takeout.
Some cauliflower wings and some chips because my body's going through a trauma right now, so I'm gonna give it what the fuck it wants.
Okay, so as I said in the previous video, most of my audience is women, so we're lots of ladies over here, so we all know what it's like to be on your period, and it is no fun, and you do want to eat lots of food depending on how your hormones affect you. Some people obviously it's before or after, sometimes it's during. We're all different, and I wouldn't necessarily classify periods as a trauma. I don't know if she's just doing that to be funny in the video or if she actually means it like that, but on your period, your body does use a little bit more energy, and so you can eat a little bit more, but it's about, I think, 100 to 300 calories. I think it's 100 when you're actually on your period, so it's really not that much food. It's like an apple extra or an egg and a half. So that's the kind of portion that we're talking about here. We're not talking about 3 fast food meals and a massive sugary drink. So yes, listen to your body, react to your body as you need extra food or you need more hydration. Do respond to those signals, but make sure that the signals you're responding to aren't going to be negatively affecting you in the long run. So there are certain foods that will make you feel worse on your period, like certain really, really fatty foods will make you feel a bit worse, and they can affect cramps and stuff. Obviously, everybody is different, and you'll know that in yourself. But yeah, just because you're on your period doesn't mean you have to eat like this. It's not. It's not a good reason. It's not.
Love you, besties.
So yeah, overall, her day of eating was incredibly expensive and very greasy and oily and sugary, and there wasn't anything cooked or even prepared at home. So that's great. Oh, her video is silenced because her music, she wasn't talking in it anyway. And on the screen, if you can't see it, it says, "What I eat in a day is a big girl who doesn't count calories." Fair enough. She's going in the fridge. 8 a.m. Weetabix with straws. So we've got some Weetabix with some strawberries. Lots and lots of milk. She didn't show us how many Weetabix she had, which is a shame because the whole point of these videos is to show us what you're eating. So the fact that she doesn't show us is a bit odd. But it's a big bowl, and it was a lot of strawberries as well, but there's nothing wrong with that. Strawberries are delicious, and they're really good with kind of like porridge. Weetabix can be... it affects people differently. I find it to be like eating cardboard. I don't like them at all. I just find them really dry, and they don't do anything for me. I would eat Weetabix. I could eat 4, 5, 6 Weetabix and be hungry. I've never done that, but I know I could do that because they just don't fill me up, and because they've got no substance to them, they're not doing anything for you. You'd be better off with something like a porridge or oatmeal. I don't even know if there's actually a difference between porridge and oatmeal. That's my ignorance shining there. Or a piece of toast with some avocado and some eggs or bacon or sausages or something like that. But empty carbs with some fruit is not the greatest choice. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. A grape lolly, so she's got some kind of sweet in the middle of the day. Not a great start. 12 p.m. leftover lasagna for lunch. That's not bad. Is she going to have any veggies with it, I wonder? She's not showing us the food, which is kind of silly. And I would assume that she didn't have any veggies because she didn't mention that. So we've had Weetabix, so very carby. We've had some strawberries, which is good, but then we had the sweet, which is sugar and unnecessary. Then we had lasagna, which is again going to be very high in carbs because of the pasta. Hopefully that had some kind of meat or protein sauce in there, which is good, but the bechamel sauce is quite heavy. So depending on how much of that was in there, it's not the best. And if she made the lasagna or if it was like a family size portion that she just cut into like quarters or whatever. And then we've got some mandarins, which look quite tasty. I said in a previous video that mandarins are very hit and miss here. Sometimes they're really tasty and other times they're just a bit trash. But 6 p.m. dinner at the in-laws, spag bowl. So she's at her in-laws, so she can't control it as much, of course. But it looks quite nice as spag bowl goes. It is a really big portion of pasta, but the mincemeat looks quite good and it looks quite rich, which is nice. But the fact that she's had lasagna, obviously she's at her in-law, she's not controlling it, but she had pasta and mince for lunch. Now she's having pasta and mince again for dinner. So it is very samey and again quite high in carbs, and there's not really any substance to the rest of it, depending on how the sauce was made in the lasagna. There's no veggies or anything like that, which is a shame, but the mince is pretty good depending on the type of mince. So hopefully it was like a lower fat one or a leaner one. Snack. And she's got a sharing bag of M&Ms. Much like the sharing bags of crisps, you do not want to be eating directly out of containers like this because you will just overeat on them and not even realise that you're doing it. It is so easy to overeat on things like sweets and crisps because they're just so moreish, because they are literally designed to be like that. So yeah, if you want to have M&Ms for a dessert, by all means do it, but make sure that you're actually eating a portion and then put the bag down. Do I believe that was all she ate that day? Perhaps. Leaning towards no, but perhaps. And we've got another lady, and I think she is talking in this one, but if she's not, it says, what I eat in a day as a fat girl who doesn't want to who doesn't focus on weight loss, day 3 being vegan.
Eat in a day as a fat girl who doesn't focus on weight loss. I got a caramel macchiato without the drizzle and added my own pumpkin spice. It was so bomb. After
I wonder if that was sugar-free. And it is kind of, I've never seen anybody buy like a Starbucks cup and then pour in their own syrup. That's a bit wild to me, I must admit. But also, look at the colour of this. Look here. Look, it's just white. This is all milk and all creamer. And then your coffee, your flavoured milkshake, is up here. So this is going to be insanely high in what we're not allowed to talk about anymore on YouTube, and sugars. So you don't need any extra syrup. Just, if you like coffee, drink coffee. This isn't coffee, this is a coffee flavoured milkshake. And even then, it's not the best coffee flavour either. So, yeah, you don't like coffee, you like sugar.
Without the drizzle and added my own pumpkin spice. It was so bomb. After we went grocery shopping, I got these
Sugar and fats is usually pretty tasty, so that's why we like cake and cookies.
lemon chips. They were so good. Then I had orange chicken and these veggie gyozas. Later I made a
She's going very quick. Again, with the family sharing bag of crisps, don't do that, portion them out. And I don't know if that was her partner, he was eating them and she just had some, but irrespective of that, portion them out. And then we've got the takeout frozen food. 2 lettuce leaves. Oh no, more than 2. We've got about 4.
Then I had orange chicken.
Thought she was a vegan. Okay, whatever. So we've got some lettuce, which is nice. We've got some orange chicken, orange fake chicken, I don't know, and then some like veggie gyozas, which look okay.
And these veggie gyozas. Later I made a chicken sandwich.
I thought she was vegan. Am I just going crazy? Or is that a different girl? I don't know. That looks alright. Lots and lots of sauce. Probably cut that in a quarter and then you'll be fine. And this side looks really good with the avocado and the tomato. But it's very processed, her food. Very, very processed.
Then I got really snacky, so I ate some jerky and then some okra and vegan chocolate chip cookies.
I'm not surprised that she's hungry because she's not really eating anything, so she can't be vegan because she's eating chicken and everything else, unless I've completely missed something. But either way, you don't need that 3 desserts in the day, and it's really odd. Not odd, that's the wrong word. He is a very slim man, and we saw how slim he was when he was giving her the chips. I wonder if he's an enabler for bad behaviour because he is so slim. He's clearly not eating the same as she is, because yes, men can eat more than women because of biology, but he is so slim that if he was eating the same as her, he would be bigger than he is. So I do wonder if there is a lot of enabling going on in there, because if the person that I love was damaging their health with poor eating habits, I would talk to them, and I definitely wouldn't be providing them with cookies and crisps and chocolates and stuff like that. I just wouldn't do it. Maybe that's just me and my issues of being an obese kid and the consequences of that. That's kind of like bleeding into other people. I don't know, that could be me projecting. But I don't think that if I had an obese loved one that I would then buy a pack of 10 cookies to then have in the house for them to then go and get at free will. I don't think I would do that if I truly love the person, but that's just me. Anyway, we're not here to comment on people's relationships, we're going to move on.
This is what I eat in a day as a fat person who's not trying to lose weight.
I'm pretty sure we've seen this young woman before, because her wife went and got that Fago fizzy drink from the convenience store for like 80 grams of sugar or something crazy in it for breakfast, and she shows very, very little amounts of food, and I think all of her videos are like fake news. I think they're all falsified. I think they're all just for show. Whether she's faking her videos on purpose to make herself feel better, or if she's doing it as some kind of, oh look at me, I barely eat and I'm so big, or if she's just doing it for engagement, I don't know. But I don't believe any of her videos at all. when it comes to the food, because she's a really big girl and she's definitely got like the apron stomach going on. So she's a really, really big girl. She's quite short as well by the looks of things, compared to this door in the placement of the door handle. But even so, even being short, even if she's only 5 foot tall, she has an apron stomach. She's a big girl.
To lose weight. For breakfast, I had scrambled eggs and strawberry toast.
That's not a bad breakfast, to be honest. That's a lot of jam. I would cut that in half, the jam portion, but keep the jam. Jam's tasty, especially when you make it yourself. And the scrambled eggs look really good. I would either double the amount of eggs that she's used, or add in something like spinach, or broccoli, like diced broccoli, or grated broccoli would be really nice through there. Cauliflower or something, just something small but more voluminous. Would just be tasty, or add some like sausages or bacon with it as well, would be quite good too.
The eggs and strawberry toast. This comment is totally right. There is one thing I didn't record, and
so the comment says, pretty sure you ate more than that and not one veggie in sight. Sad.
that is my water consumption.
And she's just said, oh, I didn't record my water because water's not a food. Okay, baby, like, don't lie to us. We're not stupid. You don't get that big eating the meals that she's showing us. I don't care what she says. And if she was eating the meals that she shows, yes, we've not seen this full day, but I will absolutely guess from the videos that I've seen of her in the past that she's going to show something ultra healthy and probably only one more meal and maybe a snack of a piece of fruit. There's no way that she eats the way that she shows. There's just no way. And I don't know if she's trying to fool herself or fool us, but either way, it's not working.
Because water is not a food. For lunch, I had a pizza roll-up with some guac.
She also didn't mention the fact that, she didn't address the fact that they said you didn't eat a single vegetable. She didn't mention that, did she? She only mentioned the fact that she was drinking water, which, great, but also you've got an apron stomach. You're eating more than you're showing. So for lunch I had a pizza roll with some guacamole.
Very tasty.
That was such a tiny portion. Again, she's got one little wrap with something inside it. It doesn't really matter what's in there because it's not that big. I'm guessing it's going to be something like a tomato sauce with some cheese and some pepperoni. That's what I'm going to guess. And the guacamole looks about half of an avocado, maybe in a whole avocado if it's a small one. There's no way that's her meal.
Very tasty.
After the small breakfast.
Later, I had an oatmeal raisin cookie as a snack.
You don't need a snack if you're eating a normal amount of food. And I don't believe that was her only snack so far. And then for dinner, she had an Italian sausage with cheese and with chips and cottage cheese. There we go. That sausage looks a bit burnt and it looks really odd to me. I don't know what it is about that sausage, but it makes me uncomfortable. That is a lot of sauce. I don't know what it is. The sauce, it looks like cheese sauce. The piece of bread looks really sad. That is a massive portion of chips. And she said that's cottage cheese with something on it. Okay, and a glass of milk.
Dinner, I had an Italian sausage with chips and cottage cheese, and then a cup of milk and honey.
Milk and honey is fair enough. That's a lot of chips, and again, it's still realistically not that much food. It's again carb heavy, and as the comment says, no vegetables at all. She's had no fruit, no veg, no nothing, which is odd. And the fruit in the jam doesn't count as fruit. It's saturated with sugar. That's what keeps it fresh. Honey in milk is something that I have when I have the flu. I had the flu once in my life, and it was a year ago, and I thought I was going to perish. And I had some, not this much, but milk with honey, because I had a fever and I was very, very ill. It's definitely not a drink that I would have normally, but milk in tea with some honey is quite nice. I don't know why I went off in that tangent and talked about a flu. It has nothing to do with this video, but I felt the need to share. So, moving on.
For dinner, I had an Italian sausage with chips and cottage cheese. And
oh, one thing I was going to say to improve is, where is it? Get rid of the bread completely. Get rid of the chips. Add some veggies. And add a healthy starch, maybe like a small potato. So basically redo the whole meal and keep the cottage cheese.
sausage with chips and cottage cheese, and then a cup of milk and honey. Then for dessert, I had an oatmeal raisin cookie, and that's all for
So she's had 2
the
cookies.
day. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, I agree with the commenter that I don't believe that's all she ate that day, because again, she's a huge girl, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way or anything. It's just an observation that she is a really big girl, and you don't get that big eating food like this. You just don't. And unless she is on some kind of journey, a health journey, to improve her life, then this is nonsense. Unless this was a particularly good day for her. But I remember saying that for her previous videos as well, so I don't believe it is a particularly good day for her. I think she is particularly selective of what she shows. But in any case, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching if you have made it this far. I appreciate you being here. Please let me know down in the comments what you liked and what you didn't like, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.